Episode 31, part 3 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the Three Quarters podcast. Today being the second day of July 2017, we're shooting from Kilimani. As always, we start by thanking the fans, the followers, the viewers, the subscribers for taking your time, 35 minutes to be precise, every week to watch an episode of the Three Quarters podcast. And on behalf of the team that's the Three Quarters podcast, all we can say ni asanteni na shukran sana. With every passing day, the road to Japan draws closer. The Rugby World Cup in Japan in 2019, that's what we're talking about. As a matter of fact, we've already started what's going to be a base for the World Cup qualifiers that's going to be next year, the Rugby Africa Gold Cup. We've already played Uganda, that's the Kenya Simbas. They'll be taking on Senegal and Tunisia at home. Then they go to Bulawayo to take on Zimbabwe and wrap up with a game against Namibia in Windhoek. Therefore, how do you support these boys? Join the Road to Japan hashtag. These boys are the superstars of rugby in Kenya, and we feel that they deserve our support so that they can be at the Rugby World Cup in Japan in 2019. And there they'll be ambassadors of what's this great country of ours, Kenya. So make a point of joining the Road to Japan hashtag to support the Kenya Simbas, and let's get them to Japan. This is Ngashi, official noisemaker.
Jeringus Kenyana.
And we get into part 3 where we talk about everything other than rugby.
Diversify.
Just to show you that we know other sports, it's not only rugby. Athletics Kenya has named a 38-man strong or 38-person strong team to go to the IAAF World Championships that are going to be in London later on this year. What's your thought about just everything to do with the World Championships?
Well, I think us guys it will be a good showing for Kenya, considering that they went through it was more of an outing as well.
Yes.
The qualifications in Nyayo Stadium.
Yes.
This past week. And I was shocked that Rudisha didn't participate.
But
he's going as a wild card.
Yes.
However, we know that he's a world champion. He's a 4-time world champion.
Yes.
So I think we should.
He is the defending world champion.
And he's defending as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's it will be a good showing for Kenya.
I agree with you, because we always get lucky during the World Championships, the IAAF World Championships. I'd like to mention that actually the 2015 World Champion Kenya was actually on top.
Yeah, we
finished first. We bagged the most gold medals.
Was it 7?
Yeah,
7 gold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we always have it good during the World Championships, and I think the team that has been picked will do us proud like they always do.
They will.
They will. IAAF World Championships, of course, happening later on this year in London. Confederation Cup is happening, as we briefed you guys last week. What the Confed Cup is, it's a curtain raiser for the World Cup.
Yeah.
So it's normally 8 countries.
Yep.
The winners of each continental championship.
Plus Oceania.
Well, plus Oceania. Then you have the hosts.
Yeah.
And the hosts,
by default.
and the winners of the World Cup. As we speak, of course, in the course of this past week, we had Portugal play Chile.
Yep.
And we had Germany play Mexico.
Mexico.
Portugal losing out to Chile.
On penalties.
On penalties, yeah. I must add. By the way, these guys didn't score a penalty. Portugal didn't score any penalty. Claudio Bravio saved all the penalties.
Yeah.
And then you have Germany beating Mexico 4-1. So it's going to be, the final is going to be happening today, 2nd of July 2017 at 9 p.m. And it's going to be between Germany and Chile. Who do you think is going to win?
I think Chile just might sneak this one, considering their squad is a bit stronger, because they have the superstars still playing.
Yes.
The likes of Alexis Sanchez,
Arturo Vidal, Eduardo Vargas. Yeah.
And the Germans, it's quite a young team.
Yes.
But I think it's a very bright of Germany to do that, to bring in a young squad.
Yeah.
Because the World Cup, once it comes to the World Cup, you might need the numbers as well.
Yes.
Because it's a whole tournament.
Yeah.
That's a whole month.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, but I think the Chileans will win this one.
I agree with you, man. Based on the fact that Chile have actually brought taken a strong squad to Russia, I think Chile are going to win this. And there's just something about, I mean, if you go, those guys who know Chile football, of course, you had back like 20 years ago, you had Marcelo Salas and Ivan Zamorano. You always get that feeling with Arturo Vidal and Alexis Sanchez.
Yep.
Yeah, I like how they play. They've won Confed Cup. Not Confed. What is it called? Copa America. Yes, 2 times in a row. And then they're going to be playing the Germans. And as you're saying, the Germans have a very young team. I don't think they're going to...
This is where the inexperience might show.
Exactly. Yeah. But again, kudos to them for getting to the...
Yeah, you get to the finals, no main feat.
Yes. So that's the Confederations Cup that's going to be happening today, 2nd of July, 2017. Usain Bolt has announced that he's going to be retiring after the World Championships this year. Yeah. I think he had actually hinted during the Olympics last year that the London Games are going to be his last. what's your thought about the man's career? And just basically, no, I mean, do you think it's right time for him to retire?
I think he shouldn't retire just yet until he races Rhodesia. So he's 600 meters. I think that can be, he needs to take that out.
Yes.
Yeah, bucket list, kidogo.
Yeah.
If he's listening.
Did you ever see that video, Mo Farah, Usain Bolt, and David Rhodesia?
Yeah.
And they're asking if they're racing over 600 meters, who's going to win?
That one, I think Rhodesia just might pipe them.
Actually, Mo Farah said Rhodesia's one was going to win.
Yeah.
Because it's hacked 800.
800, yeah.
And this is 600. Bolt, okay, we know his max is like about 400.
400 he can actually get.
Yes. Then Mo is more of a long distance runner. So
endurance.
Yeah.
More of endurance and everything.
Yeah, man. So Usain Bolt retired.
He shouldn't just wait.
We wait and see.
If he has the wheels,
Yes.
I'd like to see him at the Olympics again. Once again.
Goodness, that's going to be in Tokyo, in Japan. That's going to be 2020. He'll be like 35.
35, yeah. Can still push it.
Let's wait and see how that happens. NBA, of course, there are a couple of trades happening. The draft was happened recently. They're talking about the guy they've been talking about. Sana was Lonzo Ball, second draft pick by Los Angeles Lakers. But forget about the draft. Let's talk about the trades that are happening. I think the two I would like to mention is Paul George to Oklahoma City Thunder, and Chris Paul to Houston Rockets. Thoughts about?
I think the biggest one there would be Paul George moving to Oakland, Oklahoma City, Oakland. On Golden State Thunder. Yeah, well, him teaming up with Russell Westbrook will be a fantastic duo.
Yeah.
Consider they haven't really filled the space that KD left.
That Durant left. Yes.
So Paul George is a good buy for them.
Yeah.
And we might see them in the conference finals.
Yeah.
Once again.
Chris Paul to Houston Rockets.
No, that guy is a bit old now,
Yeah.
But not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad a buy because Harden is there already. He's been doing his job.
That Chris Paul thing really shocked me, and I was wondering because Chris Paul is a one guard, Harden is naturally a two guard, but this season he's been playing point guard, and he has had his best season this season.
At point guard.
So you bring Chris Paul, then you lose Patrick Beverly, defense.
Man.
That's good. But anyway, we have to.
And this is a younger guy.
And this, I just don't. That Chris Paul one, I'm trying to get my hand on it. I'm not understanding what was happening there. But anyway, we just have to wait and see how that goes. That one for OKC, for Paul George moving to OKC.
Fantastic move.
I think, as you say, Westbrook. Okay, the general team was missing Kevin Durant. That void that was left by Kevin Durant has been hard to fill. I think Paul George might side there a bit.
He will.
And as I was being told earlier, like he's a very good defensive player. So, and because my issue was that now you lose Oladipo.
Yeah.
So then on comes the defense, but you still have Steve Adams and Ascanta. So we just wait and
can
see.
get the job done. These big guys, they can get the job
They
done.
can get the job done. So let's wait and see how the trade season happens before the NBA starts in November, in October, November. Let's wait and see how that goes. Takes us to our bonus segment for the week. This is where we bring sports debates to screen. Debates that happen in bars. Debates that happen, as Musale likes saying. If your girlfriend likes sports, it can be pillow talk.
Badminton.
Yes. So today's topic is, of course, it's something we've touched on also. Usain Bolt has announced his retirement. What do you think his contribution to sports has been?
His contribution has been really immense. Across the board, because what he did was, we never thought that we'd ever see that happen again. Setting a world records in two fields, the 100 meters and the 200 meters as well,
and the relay,
as well. I would say he's arguably the best athlete of our time. We've seen. I'd put him. Okay, maybe in the likes of Serena as well. But Usain Bolt has been a marvel to watch. He's been, and he's also an entertaining character as well. So those Gatling guys who it's like
they're too serious.
They're too serious, man.
At
least he brings some entertainment, some flair to it.
Usain Bolt, number one, he came into the sport when there was a lot of cloud in terms of doping. Gatlin had just been suspended. Tyson Gay was getting into problems. We are losing a couple of those guys because of these doping issues. So to see a guy come in and do it clean and run ridiculous times, remember the Beijing World Cup 2008? Not World Cup, Olympics. Remember the Beijing Olympics 2008? Like that guy was slowing down and actually broke a record, 9.63.
The guy was chilling.
He was chilling. Rolling. Exactly. So as you're saying, to me, in the last 10 years, he's been the best athlete. And what Bolt has done for track and sports in general is on the levels as like what Jordan did for basketball. You know, he's been able, and that entertainment thing. You remember when he came to Kenya, and there was an article I was reading, his signature pose when he was with the former president, Mwai Kibaki. And this guy wrote in an article and he said, there are very few people who can clown like that around Kibaki, around a president. So he transcends track, and his contribution to sports has been amazing. We'll miss seeing the battles between him and America. It was actually a very good thing when track moved from America now to Jamaica.
The small dogs.
Exactly. So, I mean, Usain Bolt leaving, we are lucky. All I can say is that we are lucky to have watched someone as exceptional as he was in the track.
And don't be shocked to see someone else coming up.
Yeah, true. You just wait. I mean, Bolt just came up. We were talking about Asafa Powell. Bolt just came up. So, I mean, he's been a joy to watch. That's all I can say. Fantastic. And he's been great for sports. That's it, folks. Episode 31, part 3 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the 3 Quarters podcast. As always, we ask you guys to follow us on Instagram, to like our Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is Ngashi Official Noisemaker,
Jerry Goose, Kenyana.
Episode 32, Kiko Jikoni. Keep it live, keep it locked. Cheers, guys.